We have to do this. And given the efficacy of these therapies, which you've heard about and which are in fact true, there are people who were on death's door for various reasons that are now walking around years later cured because of these therapies. So somebody's going to win. And what you would like to look for are people that have convinced you that they're able to deal with these questions of scale, questions of reimbursement, and then, of course, it all is going to come back to what matters to the patient, which is efficacy and safety. The last thing I want to leave you with at this point is that the version 1.0 of cell therapies that you've heard about were these CAR T therapies, which were taken from the patient, modified, and put back in the patient. There are some real advantages there because those cells are not going to attack anything but the tumor, and they're not going to be rejected by the patient's immune system. But there are the problems of scale. Another way to do this might be to take cells from a healthy person, modify them in a number of ways so that they can be given safely, turn them into killers and put them back in as if they were the person's own cells, and let them go to work. So this is autologous, that's the person, or allo, which is somebody else. And then the third way, which is slightly science fiction, but not really, because it's here now and there have been deals based on it from Capstan, as you've already heard, Kristen mentioned, and that is, let's don't take the cells out of anybody and do anything to them. Let's engineer them inside the person. Let's engineer the person's own cells. Let's target the cells that have the ability to be tumors. Let's give them a type of gene therapy, to kill tumors. Let's give them a type of gene therapy so that they can manifest that ability and just let them go to work. That's called in vivo editing. Those are three totally linked but rather different technologies to accomplish the same thing. And my sort of comparator here is what I lived through in the music world. I started out with vinyl, went to cassettes, went to CDs, went to streaming, and it took time to figure out who was going to win. Who won? Vinyl and streaming. So as investors, you have to look out over the landscape and work with expert advisors, figure out who's going to win in this area because somebody is.